hot topic right now is Toronto market, the real estate market as a whole, right? Like what's going on, whether it's resale, pre-con, but pre-con obviously softened a little bit, right?
Correct. Yes.
So what's your take on the current nature of where we're at? A lot of people will look at, like, we've always had the psychology back in the day. Oh, 1,000 a square foot. Like it's not going to go beyond that. Then 1,300, then 1,500. So let's start with the current market with pre-con.
Yeah. So here's where things are at from a market perspective, and this happens in Toronto almost every sort of 5 to 7 years, and they sort of say, not with respect to Toronto real estate, but economists are always like, oh, little mini recessions come in sort of 7-year cycles. So, the last time we had a challenge in Toronto real estate was the big collapse of Lehman Brothers and the great financial, I guess, recession of, 2009, 10, 11. And now we're in this sort of funkiness with rapid inflation and high interest rates and soft sales. And I would actually say the two there is some similarities to the two things, because there's two things that are consistent within Toronto that are maybe unique to other places. One is the development market in Toronto, the developer market, both single family and high rise. They're very large companies, they're very old companies, and they're very well financed companies. So for the most part, the majority of the market is not desperate to sell. So what happened in 2011 and 12 is most of the developers just said, you know what, let's not launch anything. Let's wait for, sunnier days, and we'll just sit on our lands and we'll see what happens. We'll continue to work through approvals and so on and so forth, but we're not going to rush to market. And I would suggest in the last year, the same thing happened. So 2021 was good. 2022 started to soften because of the interest rate hikes. And you started to see less and less projects coming to market. So there's very few launches in the fall of 2022, almost none in the spring of 2023. And I think that sort of attitude is going to continue. So we're going to be in a situation where, yes, sales are soft, but also new inventory is not coming to market. So it's kind of balancing out. The other thing that's unique about the Toronto market is immigration. We know that 25 to 30% of everybody who lives in Canada lives in the GTA, which is pretty outrageous when you think about it. Canada just hit 40 million people, and the GTA has 10 million people. So if you do that math, it boggles your mind.
Yeah.
If you thought 1 in 4 Americans lived in New York City or the greater New York area, that'd be 96 million people.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. And immigration's even more slanted. So, we know that 60% of new immigrants stay in the GTA. So the GTA is just growing at this outrageous pace, and immigration didn't slow down in the last year, it sped up. So we know in the last 12 months, more than 1 million people came into Canada. So that means 500 to 600,000 new people came into the GTA. Yet we're building less and we're launching less. So what does that mean? It means prices are soft today, but they're not going to be soft forever, because the demand is just spiking behind the scenes, which we can't quite see, but it's there. And then we're building less and less at this moment in time, and we're launching less and less. So similar to what happened in around 2015, 2016, we're going to get this explosion of demand, and prices are going to pop back up. So, long answer, but the luxury market's selling really well right now because the luxury buyers don't care about interest rates. They don't use mortgages, and they're smart enough to read the tea leaves and say, you know what, the market's soft. Now I should be buying, because if I wait a year to a year and a half, prices are going to spike again by $200 or $300 a foot. So right now, downtown core, $1,700 a foot is sort of the price. It got as high as 18, 19 when it was really frothy a year ago. I think a year from now, because I think the market's going to come back strong in 2024, downtown core is going to be north of 2,000. So people who aren't buying now are going to regret it. They're going to say, oh, I should have bought when things were soft. But we're like anything. We go in packs. Mm-hmm. So when the stock market's down, no one wants to buy the stock market. When the stock market's high, everybody wants to buy the stock market. It's like that in real estate. We should buy low, sell high, but we always, get nervous when prices are low, and then we get frantic when prices are high. So we're in that same mode. If I was talking to a real estate investor, I'd say buy everything you can right now, because it's typically on sale at this moment in time, and that's not going to last for much more than 6 months.
Yeah, I can totally agree. I mean, I preach this all the time to clients, right? It's crazy how human psychology works and how everyone moves with the herd.
Yes.
And it's funny when in those hot markets like the 2016s and even early 2022, people don't even know why they're overpaying. They don't even know.
Yes.
It's just a FOMO. It's a fear of missing out, and they just see like everyone's buying a house and everything's selling for top dollar. It's like I guess I have to
100%.
pay more too, right? And it's funny how that works.